Hello, guys. I'm sorry I couldn't be there. I had a couple weddings to go to. But I really needed to give you this information, and I was like, how can I do this? Because I wasn't sure if the sub was going to be an English speaker or whatever, and I was like, I can make a video. So I'm going to make a video. You're going to need to write this down. So you're going to need a pen and your notebook. Joaquin, I really hope you brought your pen today. Yeah, so get that out. I'm going to give you a couple seconds to get the things you need. Couple seconds. Okay, are we ready? I hope you said yes. The title of this should be Annotation Strategies. This is the title, Annotation Strategies. Why am I talking about annotation strategies? Because you guys will be annotating this book. So instead of doing quizzes, we decided to do annotation checks to make sure that you're reading and you're thinking about what you're reading. So yeah, that's what we will be doing. You guys need to know how to annotate. So that's what we're going to go over. There will be 3 annotation checks. The first one will be literally the day back from vacations. I will check that all the annotations you guys will will have done for these next 2 weeks. So it's super important that you bring your book. You need to bring a paper copy of the book. And starting on Wednesday, I'm going to ask the sub to check to see that you guys are bringing your book. So that is, if you don't have the book, you need to get it ASAP. For today, hopefully you guys can share. I don't know, but you're going to need to bring a paper copy of the book because you will be doing annotations. Okay, let's go. This is how you do this. There are going to be 4 strategies. I want you to write these 4 strategies down so that you know how to do it. Strategy 1 is a question mark. So write down a question mark, strategy 1, question mark, and a question mark is for the questions you have and or what you find confusing. And why was that confusing to you? Okay? So it's not just the question, you should also be giving commentary about like why that was confusing. Um, Avoid the yes or no questions. They should be open-ended. So I gave you an example to the right. Some of you guys have library books, so I know that you're not supposed to write in those. If that is the case, you're going to need to get a post-it. There's a post-it here. If you have a library book, you're going to need to get post-its so you can do the annotations. I gave you an example in this paragraph. Christopher talks about what makes a good day and what makes a bad day, and it's based on how many cars in a row he sees of a certain color. And I'm like, that's really weird and doesn't make sense because Christopher likes things to be logical. So I put the question mark there. That's strategy 1. Question mark, what questions do you have? Strategy 2, circle the phrase. So you're going to circle the phrase. So put that in your notebook. Strategy 2, circling the phrase, and you are going to write predictions for things you circle. If you can't write in the book, you're going to need to use, like I said, a post-it. You're going to need to circle, or like maybe make a symbol of a circle on the post-it and then write the prediction that you think, the prediction that you have. Yes, so what do you think will happen next, or what do you think will happen in the future? Those are about predictions. And then also say like what led you to believe this. That will also be interesting. So strategy 2, circling the phrase and tell me the predictions that you have. Strategy 3 is brackets. So you're going to put brackets around the text, and here you're going to tell me about an opinion you have about the character, or like what this reveals, what what this reveals about the character and why you feel that way. So here, Christopher says, "I like the police." On the right here. So my opinion is like, oh, that's weird. Policemen are only around when bad things happens. So it's not normal for Christopher to like the police. So that gives me a hint about uh, how interesting Christopher is. So yeah, that's strategy 3. And the last strategy, strategy 4, is underlining. So you could maybe just do a line if you have a post-it. And then here you need to tell me about connections. How can you connect, or like, what are you, can you connect a particular part of the novel to something else? Hopefully, like another book, another text, to Owen and Life Animated, to the other short documentaries we've watched, to any other books that you've read, to current events, to news, anything like that is a strategy for making connections. So here on the right, I underlined this. Christopher says, "I know all the countries in the world and their capital cities and every prime number up to 7,057." And I'm like, oh yeah, that's like Rosie from My Autism and Me. Okay? Because she loved facts. Um, so, yes. And maybe this is a connection about how Christopher is and his autism. So these are the 4 strategies. You are required to have. Let me look for that. You're required to have a certain amount of annotations. I want to show you that once I find it. Is it this? No. This is a waste of your time. Here it is. Okay, so on page 9, no, sorry, on page 6 is the rubric for the annotations. You are required to use all 4 strategies. So I'm going to be looking to see that you are making predictions, that you are making connections, that you are marking questions. Uh, all of the strategies need to be used, and you need um, at least 8 strategies. Hopefully you have a little bit more, but we're only requiring that you have 8. Um, so this shouldn't be a very stressful thing, but it's important because I won't be able to share with you guys the experience of reading like I usually am able to do. So this is sort of my way to see what you guys were thinking about, what connections you are making. So I don't know. Do the annotations so that I can share your experience of learning. Cool. Um, Make it to the end, guys. I will be thinking of you, and peace out.